Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori if this is your first time here, and today I'm going to share with you how I manifested my dream apartment. So stay tuned. So before I get into the details, before I moved here, I was living in a studio apartment. It was ideal for me at the time because I was living by myself, having just moved here from Jamaica on my own. It was ideal for me. I had my own space. It was in a little business district, so it was close to the bus stops, and for a period of time I didn't have a car. So that location was ideal. And I was okay with it. Just starting out. I'm sure some people can relate. You don't have, family to live with, or you gotta rough it on your own. You gotta work with what you gotta work with. So that was where I was for a couple of years, and I was cool with it, but I always knew that I wanted more space. I always knew that. And I decided at the beginning of this year that one of the things I was going to work on was moving into a new place. So in September, I was like, I don't know, I just had enough of where I was. I was over it. In terms of space, in terms of location, in terms of area, I was just over it. And I'm like, I'm gonna move. So I knew where I wanted to move. I knew the particular area, and I also knew the kind of apartment I wanted. So the first thing I did was, before I even started to look on any of those, websites where you look for apartments, I decided that I was going to script in my little dream book here. Okay. I wrote down exactly what I desired. I wrote down that I wanted a 1-bedroom. I wanted it to have a balcony. I wanted a view of the city or the water. I also wanted a big bathtub. I wanted granite countertops. I wanted a washer and dryer in the unit. So those were my specifics, and I put some other little details in there, but in essence, that's what I wrote. And I knew that writing it down, I knew that scripting it was gonna do, I don't know, it just made me feel better writing it down. So when I did that, I prayed over the page that I wrote it, and I closed the book and put it back. Because I have this on my bedside table, so yeah, so I wrote it down before I went to bed one night, and I just left it in God's hands from there. So I decided I was going to start to search in the area that I wanted to live. They had many options available, but I ended up looking at four different apartments before I saw this one. Now, those ones, it just wasn't right. Inside was okay, or inside was nice for some of them. But there was one in particular that, it was the first one that I looked at. The balcony was very small and it didn't have a view. But inside was just what I was looking for. And it was the closest thing to what I saw at the time that lined up with what I wanted. So I was almost gonna settle for that, but something told me that just look at one more. Just look at one more. And that one that you look at, the last one, that's gonna be it. I even told my mom, I was like, Ma, I'm gonna look at one more unit after this. I'm done searching, because I was using my weekends to look at these apartments. So I said, this last one that I look at, this is gonna be the unit. This is gonna be it. So she's like, I have a feeling too, Lori, just, Anyways, I came to this place. So what happened was, this was one of the initial places that I wanted to start looking, but when I called them, they didn't pick up the phone, and I forgot to call them back. So when I was browsing again one day, I was in my car when I was looking for the last apartment to look at. I saw this place pop up again. I was like, shoot, I forgot to call them back. So I called them, I set up an appointment, and the following weekend, I was gonna go look at the 1-bedroom that they had available. So this is the good part now, all right? I'm pulling up to this place, and the gates just open, right? And I drove onto the property, and I don't know, something about the place just instantly resonated with me. Something instantly resonated with me. And I was like, this is it. I haven't even seen the one bedroom yet, but I was like, I have a feeling this is it. This is it. So the guy showed me and another couple the one bedroom that they had here. And it was nice. It had everything that I was looking for. Of course, again, except a view. The balcony was okay, but it didn't have a view. And I was dead set that no, my next place, it's gonna have a view of the city or the water. I was set on that. So I asked the guy, do you have any, do you have another unit that has views or anything? He said they didn't have any available at the time, but they were gonna have one in 2 weeks, which would be the middle of October, which is when I said I wanted to move. So I was like, can I see it? He's like, I'm sorry, no, you can't see it. And I'm like, why? So he's like, first of all, the resident is still in there and we can't show you the unit with the resident still inside. So I was like, okay, fine. At least show me the location of where the apartment is. So he brought me around to the pool area, and there I saw a couple apartments, facing the pool and the lake. And then he pointed up to one on the second floor and he said, that's the one that's gonna become available. I'm like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. And I said to myself right away, I'm like, that's it right there. No questions asked. That apartment is mine. I don't care what anybody says. I want that apartment. And this is just seeing it from the balcony. Just seeing it from the balcony and seeing the view that I was gonna have. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this place. So I left and I applied for the apartment. I got approved. And the guy called me and told me, hey, you got approved, so all you have to do is pay your deposit and we'll hold the unit for you until the guy moves out. So I said to him, I haven't looked inside. I haven't seen inside the apartment. I told him the pool is lovely, the ground, the property is lovely, but I'm not gonna sleep in the pool. I'm not gonna sleep in the jacuzzi, honey. I'm gonna sleep in the apartment. I wanna see inside. So he said, again, we can't show you until the guy moves out. So long story short, I told him, hey, forget it. Just put it back on the market. Because once with their website, once you apply, it pulls the unit from your inventory online and, nobody else can look at it. It's unavailable. So I was like, put it back on the market. Put it back out there. And I told him that, but even when I told him that, I still felt a sense of peace over me because I already claimed the apartment and I knew that no matter what, something was gonna work out for me, that I was gonna have it. So we hung up the phone, and that night I went home and I took up my dream book again, and I wrote in the book, I live at the name of the apartment complex, and I live in unit, and I wrote the apartment number. And I wrote like a page and a half of that one night. I prayed over the page, put the book down, and went to bed. And for the next 2 weeks, I just visualized. I visualized opening the door, of the apartment. I visualized looking out at the view in the morning, in the night. I visualized soaking in the bathtub. I visualized all these things and it just felt so real. Nobody couldn't tell me the way that I felt. I think that emotion was the manifestation already that the place was gonna be mine. And I kept that imagination, just imagining, I kept that going on for the next 2 weeks. And one day I was at work, I called the guy and I'm like, hey, I know the guy who is in that unit is gonna move out. Can I come and see it the day after he leaves? So the guy says to me, Lori, you're so lucky. And I'm like, lucky? Why you say that? And he says, everybody that applied for that apartment after you got denied. I was like, really? And he said, yep. everybody got denied. And I got up out of my desk and I was like, yes! I was so happy. So I told him, when can I come and see it? So he's like, look, they're painting inside the unit because the person moved out, but you can see the one upstairs that's identical to the one that you want. Again, I'm not seeing my apartment. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm gonna leave work. I'm gonna come and check it out. And I left work. I came, he showed me the unit upstairs. It was beautiful. You know, the view wasn't, it was nice. Of course, it faced the lake and everything, but I just knew the one below was gonna be perfect. And I was like, okay, you can't show me the apartment? He's like, no, Lori, I still can't show you. I was like, okay. And I paid the deposit at the time, still again, not seen inside the unit. But at this point, I just knew it. I just knew this was my place. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and pay the money. I'm gonna pay the money. I haven't seen inside. I don't know if this guy is telling me crap. I don't know if there's something in there that I'm not gonna like, but I'm gonna take a chance because my intuition told me that, girl, this is yours. So 2 weeks later, I moved in and it was a beautiful day moving in. And when I opened the door and walked into this place, I wish I took a video of when I was walking in so you guys can see, but I'm gonna show you, pictures at the end of the video of how the place looks. It was just perfect. It was just amazing. And I was like, wow, look at God. Look at that. The apartment had everything that I said I wanted and more. The view is breathtaking. This is my view. Yeah. The place, the complex is amazing. The area that I live in, everything is like 9 to 10 minutes. Everything is close by. The people are lovely. It's just going great. And I am just so happy. And I'm like, wow. Guys, what I'm trying to say here is the power of your mind is real. Intention is real. Manifestations are real. And you need to put action behind your intuition, put action behind your faith. Because I knew that imagining the apartment before I got inside, that in itself was a manifestation already. And usually that's how it works. The emotion comes before the actual manifestation in a lot of things. And it's perfect. It's perfect. And I just want to encourage somebody out there. Look, get a book, get a dream book, get a whatever book you want to call it. I call it my dream book. But get a book and start scripting. Start writing down what you want. Write the house you want, the apartment you want. Get in detail. Write out the area, what you want inside, what you want it to look like. Your spouse, your partner, write down the qualities that you want in this person. A car, your dream car, write it down. Write things down, pray, believe, and make moves. Because I made a move that I was going to move in October, and the resources didn't even line up perfectly yet before I said I was going to move. But I guess just putting that out in the universe was enough to make everything coordinate between finding that apartment and the person moving out at the right time, and the apartment being the ideal, perfect one that I wrote down that I wanted. Everything lined up. Everything lined up. And you can do it too. So guys, get on it, try it, and let me know. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. But guys, I'm happy. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.